Hello everyone, welcome to Chirag's PostgreSQL DB tutorial. In this video, we are going to learn how to set up bidirectional replication between two master slab primary replica setup in PostgreSQL 17 on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. We'll go through the architecture view and we'll discuss about that. So here we'll do the two setup. First setup will have a primary 1 and replica 1, and setup 2 we have a primary 2 and replica 2. We require a 4 server. So bidirectional replication of two primaries. So we'll do the primary between primary 1 to primary 2. There will be the logical replication and master slab replication. That is streaming replication will go through the primary 1 to replica 1, primary 2 to replica 2. So we'll configure physical streaming replication for each primary replica pair, and that is a primary 1, replica 1, primary 2, replica 2, and logical bidirectional replication for between the primary 1 to primary 2. So step by step we'll go through that. We required 4 servers, so all the servers are running in my VM. So let me access that. So IP is 129, first IP. So SSH DPT at the rate 129. So this one is server 1. So SSH DPT at the rate, this will be 130. Let me copy the address, and this one is server 2, server 1, server 2. Now I'm moving to server 3, 131. This one is server 3, and last is server 4, 132. So this one is server 4, server 3, server 2, and server 1. Okay. So what I'll do now, I'll just change the name. So SBR1, this one 129, and this one is primary 1. Server is primary 1. So similarly, I'll rename this one SBR2 130 replica 1. Okay, so primary 1, replica 1, this will be the streaming replication, and second part is that SBR2 131 primary 2. Similarly, I'll go through that, and this will be replica 2. Okay, so I'm changing the tab color. This one I'm giving the blue, yellow, and red. So primary 1, this one is red, this one is primary 2, this one is yellow, and replica 2, this one is blue. So step by step I'll follow the process. So here install the Postgres SQL 17 on all the servers. So now I'm going to update my system packages first. So all the servers, all the nodes, we required the PostgreSQL 17. Next, we'll install the CS certificate, and I'm adding this one into the repository and source list. So just run this one. So this one I'm adding to the Postgres. path, path into the source list. Primary1, Replica1, Primary2, and Replica2. Now install the PostgreSQL 17. First, I have to update the system because by default with Ubuntu 24.04, PostgreSQL 16 will come. So we need to update the packages, whatever we changed into the source list, then only we can install the PostgreSQL 17. So system is updated. Now run this command sudo apt -1 -y install PostgreSQL hyphen contrib. So contribution library is not a part of the default installation. So we are adding this one also. So here you can able to see PostgreSQL client 17 installing, PostgreSQL 17 installing. So here also 17, 17, and PostgreSQL 17 means PostgreSQL 17 is installing in the all the servers. Okay. Next we'll move to the PSQL version and what is the Postgres version we can check with that. And second step is that configure streaming replication. So we'll start with the 129 for the 130. Okay. So wait for some time, let it complete. So 78%, approximate percent is completed, 80. So installation is completed. Now just check the PostgreSQL version. So you can check there is a 17.4. All will install with the 17.4. Okay, here was not completed. So let it complete. By seeing this one also, you can able to check the Postgres 17 installing there. Postgres 17.4 is installed. Now go to the server step 2. In step 2, perform the following steps to primary server. So I'm going for the 129 server. So this is the first server, primary one. So go to the psql is console and create a replicator user with the replication. Encrypted password is admin at the rate 123. So done. So quit from there. Now configure the PostgreSQL setting. So open the PostgreSQL config file and add the following. So we need to change the listening address. So this will be allowing to all the host, then control W, wall label is replica, then max wall sender. This will be 10. Max replication slot I am allowing 10, and wall keep size I am giving the 512 MB. Okay, so we have done this. Now go to the standby, hot standby. So this will be on. So completed. Now next go for the HBA file, host based authentication file. Here we'll enter the replica1 server IP for the access and add this one. This is the host, this is the database, this is the user, and this is the IP. 130 is the replica1 IP and MD5. I'm giving the encryption type is MD5, message digit 5. So control X, Y. So this is also saved. Now I'm going to restart the service because whatever the changes we have done in the configuration file that will be applied here. So done. Now move to replica server, that is a 130, and stop the PostgreSQL. Replica1 130 is there. So stop the PostgreSQL. Just move the main folder to main old. So we are keeping the data. We are just copying the data, and I'm deleting all the data from the main folder. So done. Now use the PG base backup, clone the primary server data directory. So whatever the main data directory will be copied here. This is the code. Here PG base backup minus h hostname. So 129 IP. This one the 129 IP. I'm calling from there. Minus D data directory path and user replicator, and there is a stream, and we are just allowing the slot 1. So you need the password. Just now we created the password replicator. We have done, and backup is completed. Now just check the signal file is there or not. So signal file is indicates the server is in standby. So signal file is there, means this server is standby mode. Okay. If not there, then manually you can create the signal file. Now just set the permission. So give the ownership, exit from the Postgres, and just log in, just sudo root user. There give the permission for the Postgres user, and give the change mode permission 7002 same folder. Just now we copied that folder. So we have done. Now start the PostgreSQL. So started successfully. Then check the status. So active and running. Now on the primary, verify the streaming replication is running or not. So run this command on the primary. So there we are select strict from PG state replication. So if you are seeing this type of data, then this is replicating the data to 130. The IP is there, asynchronous replication is there. So all that things are there required. Now, if you want to enable the synchronous to run the below command to master database server and reload the PostgreSQL service, just log in with the PostgreSQL in the master database. So primary one, and just you can check the status. Same code, same running code is there. Now I'm going to change this to synchronous. Control X and restart the server. Now check again. Status. So this is changed to synchronous. So this part is completed. Now if you want to check the my second database in recovery mode or not, so run this command, you will get the t means true. So this thing and while status receiver you can able to check. Now note, repeat the above step on the primary 2, that is 131, and replica 2 132 for the streaming replication for the both the server. So again I am going to the starting 2 point, step 2. So here I'm now move to 131 primary 2. PostgreSQL, I'm going somewhat. So create user, same thing we have done in the primary one, exit. And there is a go to the configuration file. So go there. First, listening address, allow to all the know all the IPs, extract, control W for the search, wall level, wall level is replica, control W, max, max wall, control W, max wall sender. So I'm giving the 10, max wall replication slot 10, max wall size I'm giving 512 MB, and move to hot standby, control W, hot standby is on. So configuration is done for the streaming replication on primary 2. So this thing is done. Now adjust the authentication method. So open the HBA file, host based authentication file, go to the end and add the this detail. So this detail IP will only change. So here we'll change the IP to 132 because replica primary 2 will replicate on replica 2. Next, reload the restart the services. So whatever the changes we have done, that will be take effect. So restarted successfully. Now configure the standby server. So stop the PostgreSQL service on the standby server. My standby server is 132. Okay, here IP is somewhat mistake. 132. Okay. So this one I'm going to stop. All are why all are server 2, server 3, server 4. Okay. So just copy the main folder to main old. Now I'm going to remove all the files. So this will remove all the existing data on the standby server. So before doing this, if you want to take a copy, then copy of that folder or database. Now take a base backup. So we need to log in with the user Postgres, then take the base backup. So base backup will just copy the primary server data directory. So, okay, IP will change. So there will be the IP 131. Okay. So base backup is completed successfully. Now let me check the signal file. So that notice the standby signal file is created or not. This will indicate the server is in standby mode. So signal file is there. Okay. So done. If not created, then you can create manually the standby or signal file. Now give the permission. So ownership of the folder, just now we copied all the files, so giving the ownership of the Postgres and give the access permission. Okay, so exit from the PostgreSQL and do in root user. Here you can able to see this is a root user. Then writing here exit. So now start the PostgreSQL service on the second server, replica server, second replica server. So started successfully. Check the status. So active and running. Now verify the streaming replication. So check with the primary2. So there you can able to see streaming replication is going on and asynchronous mode. Okay. If you want to change here, then what we'll do, we'll just log in with the PSQL and we'll change the, just you want to check the status, then status just now we check status, you will get the same. So now we are going to alter the system set synchronous standby names to strict and just exit and check the same. So this is changed to okay. We have to reload the service. Service is restarted or reload. Now check it. Hmm. Let me check any mistakes is there. Okay. So this is changed to synchronous. Okay, done. So here also you can able, you want to check the my second server is standby mode or not. Just run this command. It will give you the true. T means true. So this is in standby mode. Now repeat the above steps. So we have done this one. Now move to the step 3. So step 3 is the set up the bidirectional logical replication. So here enable the logical replication. Open in 129. I'll just configure first. So move to 129. So open the configuration file. Control W. Wall label. Change wall label to logical. Done. Then restart the service. Next, we'll just open the PostgreSQL and create a logical replication user role with the password admin@123. So here PostgreSQL 17 main. So we are going to access, give the access to HBA file for the 131 server. So previously we have done for the 130. Now we should add this host with the particular database. So here the host, the particular database, I will create the MyDB and user logical underscore rep. Just now we created with the for the this one primary2. So 131 IP is the primary2. So done. Now restart for the tech effect of the whatever we have done. Now log into PSQL again and create a database MyDB, MyDB, then slash connect MyDB. Okay, done. Now I am going to create a sequence. So test table ID sequence start with a 1 increment by 2 means it will become a 1, 3, 5 like that, because otherwise, because this is bidirectional, so I don't want to conflict with the second server. So create sequences done. So now create the table. So here you can able to see next value is test table ID in sequence. Automatically it will insert into the primary key. So table is created. Now give the grant permission to select, insert, update for the particular user and usage for the sequences for the that user on the public schema. So these two are done. Now here you can create the pub primary one for the all the tables, or you can create for the particular table. So I'm creating the particular tables. One table only I'm just going to do here for the testing. So create publication is created. Now on primary 2, 131. Okay, this is completed for the this. Now move to the primary 2, 131. Here also same thing I'll do. Wall label. So control W, I'll check wall label is logical, and I'll just configure the HBA file to access with the 129 on there, and replica 1 we have given to access the primary 2. Here we'll give the access to primary 1. So simple is there. So host, this is the database name, this is a username, and this is the IP4, this one primary 1, okay, 129 and MD5. So restart the PostgreSQL to take effect. So done. Again, I'm logging with the PostgreSQL, and here I'll create the user logical rep with the password role I'm creating here. So role is created, and same database is created. So same database name I'm giving which in primary. So here is MyDB, and inside the MyDB I'll create the sequence. Just remember that I'm increment here by 2, and just starting with 2 means this will come 2, 4, 6 like that, and here you can able to check I'm with 1 and increment by 2, because it will increment by 2 means 1 is increment by previous means odd and even. So even I'm just giving for the primary 2 and odd for the primary 1. Now create the table, grant the permission, and there's a create publication pub primary 2 for the table test table. So we have created. Now create the subscription on primary 1, 129. I'll just run this command for the create subscription sub to primary 2, and that's a database MyDB, username logical rep, and password admin at the rate 123. And publication we have created primary 2 in the second database. So 129, go to the 129 and here run this command. So created replication slot successfully, create subscription is successfully. So now go to the primary 2 and run the similar command. Here IP will change. So instead of 131, 129 we are accessing from the bidirectional. So here we are accessing to this one, and from here we are accessing to 129. Okay, sorry, not here. In 131, I'll just run this one. So create subscription is done. So verify the bidirectional replication. So here just check with the states on both the server. Yeah, running, here also running. Just let me connect with all the servers and let me check. So slash dt, we have one table. So select exit from table name. We don't have any data on the primary one. Similar here, I'll go through that sudo -u postgresql postgres and psql /c mydb. We don't have data. Here also we don't have data. Last sudo -u postgres psql. Not there. /c mydb. Here we'll run. So we don't have data. Now what I'll do, I'll just add the data on the server primary one and it will reflect to all the servers. Insert it, check in there. So hello from primary one, hello from primary one in replica also, and hello from primary one in the primary two, and hello from primary one in replica 2, all the servers. Now this is the bidirectional testing. So what I'll do, I'll just insert the same similar thing on the primary 2 and it will affect to the all the server. So here I'm inserting to primary 2. So primary 2, insert the data. So see hello from primary 2, primary 1 check, hello from primary 2, replica 1 check, primary 2, hello from primary 2, replica 2 check, hello from primary 2. So data is reflected to all the servers and bidirectional means that we'll just insert the data into the primary one and we can insert the data also in primary 2. So both the servers we can insert and data will reflect to replicas also and bidirectional also. Okay. So now we have completed the bidirectional logical replication between primary 1 to primary 2 and while keeping the primary and replica setup in place. So let me know if you have any doubts and query, please write on the YouTube video comment section. Follow the process on in the video, subscribe and like for the more videos. Hope this will help. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow, like, share and comment. Thank you.